Hi Emmanuel, it's Amy here again with your next Encouraging the Heart video. So last time I talked to you guys about anxiety and I taught you a practical tool to help when you are feeling anxious about everything going on in the state of the world right now. But today what I'm going to talk to you about instead is what to do if you're feeling more depressed rather than anxious. So the other trend that I'm seeing in the people I work with and just the people I'm interacting with is that a lot of us are reacting to this global crisis with feelings of depression and sadness in addition to feelings of anxiety. And so maybe this is you. Maybe you've noticed that over the last few weeks you're increasingly feeling less motivated to do things. You're finding it harder to kind of get up and complete your to-do list, harder to get up in the morning, wanting to just sleep all the time, losing your appetite. If you're experiencing any of that, it indicates that you're struggling with some feelings of depression. And with the global pandemic going on, it's totally understandable to be feeling a little depressed. Even if you've never struggled with depression before, never experienced it, it's common for it to pop up now when so much of our life feels out of our control. And so again, if this is you, if you're noticing those symptoms like a lack of motivation, a change in appetite, a change in your sleeping pattern, it indicates that you are feeling a little depressed. And I want to teach you guys a couple of tools that you can do to help. Right? So that if you are feeling depressed, if you are feeling that heaviness or that sadness on your shoulders, that you can do something about it. And so the first tool I'm going to teach you, and there's 3, is to take a quick 15-minute walk every day if you can. Now the good news is walking is about all we can do right now, and so many of you have probably already worked that into your routine, but if not, taking a 15-minute walk every day has been shown to be incredibly helpful to decrease our feelings of depression. There's a lot of benefits. We get the endorphin rush of exercise, we get, the benefit of being outdoors and all of the sensory experience that brings. It can help us shift into a different mindset when we're not in our home where we're spending so much of our time. And so if you haven't started doing this yet, I encourage you to try it out, to take a 15-minute walk a day. It doesn't have to be a super long walk, just a couple, blocks, walks around the block is enough for you to start noticing a difference. And so try that out if you haven't yet. The next practical tool is making what I call a to-done list. So many of us make to-do lists where we list out everything we have to accomplish and we kind of check it off one at a time. But when we're feeling depressed or when we're feeling sad, a lot of times that to-do list, we get nothing checked off by the end of the day, and it can actually end up feeling really overwhelming. We can end up shaming ourselves, looking at, there was so much I was supposed to get done and I didn't do any of it. All I could do today was lay on the couch or just kind of survive. And so the to-do list can start to become something that triggers our depression too. And I know it's hard because right now the kind of irony of the situation is that a lot of us theoretically do have a lot more time at home, and yet the things that we want to get done, we're having a hard time getting done because we might be feeling depressed and that lack of motivation, and that's totally okay. So if you find yourself at the end of the day kind of beating yourself up and saying, there was so much I wanted to get done today and I didn't, and I still have this long to-do list, I encourage you to try making what I call a to-done list. So sit down and list out what you did accomplish that day, what you already got done. It might not have looked anything like what you originally planned to do or wanted to do, but list out as many things as you can think of that you actually did get done. And it can be so simple. Maybe the only thing you got done that day is allowing yourself to rest. Write that down. That's your to-done list. I allowed myself to rest, right? Maybe instead of teaching your kid homeschool, you played with them or you just let them have a rest day. That could go on your to-done list. Today I just connected with my kid, or today I let my kid have a rest day. Maybe it's I cooked breakfast, I cooked lunch, I cooked dinner, I folded half the laundry. Whatever it is that you accomplished that day, write it down on your to-done list and then cross it off. So you get that rush of satisfaction and you can kind of validate that you are doing things. You're keeping yourself alive, you're surviving this season, which is no small task when we're feeling depressed. Okay, so the first tool was take a 15-minute walk every day. And the second was make a to-done list with things that you have accomplished that day. And again, it can be as simple as today I just survived. And that's what I did. I got through this difficult day. And then the third tip I would give you is to start intentionally using a gratitude journal. So a gratitude journal means at the end of the day, challenging yourself to write down between 1 to 3 things that you are grateful for that day. And this is really hard when we're not feeling very joyful and we're not feeling, let's say, necessarily grateful for much, but it's a practice in training our mindset to look at what are the ways God is taking care of us right now in this season that maybe we're not seeing, right? And so challenging yourself at the end of the day to really think through, okay, what am I grateful for today? Maybe I'm grateful for more time with my family that's unexpected. Maybe I'm grateful that today we had enough food to eat all our meals, enough toilet paper so that we don't have to worry. It can be big or small, but starting this practice of intentionally drawing our attention to what we have to be grateful for can be incredibly helpful when we're fighting those feelings of depression. And the key thing with a gratitude list is that we are then bringing that gratitude to God. We're thanking Him for the things He's providing for us. And I love gratitude lists because they can be as simple as, I'm grateful that today when I stepped outside to get my mail, I felt the warmth of the sun on my face. And that was a really pleasant moment. That is how small and specific we can get. But that's intentionally noticing that moment, right? And being grateful and giving thanks to God for allowing us to have that moment. And so a gratitude list is a helpful tool to use in general to help us cultivate a spirit of, gratitude, but it's especially helpful when we are feeling depressed. So I encourage you guys to try that out. And again, all 3 of those techniques are taking a 15-minute walk every day, making a to-done list at the end of your day, and making a gratitude list at the end of your day. And so those are just 3 practical things that I hope are helpful. And you can try all of them, you can try one of them. But if you are in that boat where you're feeling a little bit more depressed than you are anxious, know that you're not alone. Know that it is your body's way of reacting to really difficult circumstances, and know that it will pass. We will all climb out of this together, but if you need help in the meantime, try out those 3 tools and techniques, and hopefully they can make a difference in helping you kind of get through each day and lifting some of those feelings. All right, well, I hope that's helpful, and I will be thinking about all of you this week. Bye-bye.